What is regenerative medicine? Regenerative medicine is a therapeutic medical field that focuses on developing technologies that use stem cells to replace, engineer, or regenerate human or animal cells, tissues, or organs, with the aim of restoring or establishing their normal function. Stem cells have the capacity to self-renew and differentiate into different types of cells that are found in the body. Do regenerative medicine use embryonic stem cells? To generate new cells, tissues, and organs, this technology may rely on the use of embryonic stem cells that are obtained from early developed embryos. However, this approach is highly controversial due to the ethical issues surrounding the use of embryos. But how can we get stem cells for regenerative medicine without using embryonic stem cells? 1. Induced pluripotent stem cells. To avoid ethical issues surrounding the use of embryos for stem cells, researchers developed a different method that relies on cell reprogramming. In this method, non-embryonic and mature cells are reprogrammed into stem cells, using cloning methods that consist in promoting the expression of stem cells' transcription factors. These reprogrammed cells are called induced pluripotent stem cells, or IPS. 2. Adult tissue-specific stem cells. Adult stem cells or adult tissue-specific stem cells are non-embryonic stem cells found in the tissues and organs of adult individuals. They have the specific characteristics of self-renewal and to generate specialized cells that contribute to tissue homeostasis and regeneration following injuries or diseases. They are found in several organs, including the brain, liver, bone marrow, eyes, gut, skin, and muscle. 3. Mesenchymal stem cells. Mesenchymal stem cells are multipotent stromal stem cells that can only differentiate into bone, cartilage, muscle, tendons, ligaments, and neurons. They are found in the bone marrow. 4. Umbilical stem cells. These stem cells are recovered from postnatal umbilical cords that contain hematopoietic stem cells and mesenchymal stem cells found in the umbilical cord blood cells, umbilical cord vein, amnion, and placenta. In the clinic, they are used to treat blood diseases such as leukemia. 5. Bone marrow stem cells. The bone marrow is the niche of hematopoietic stem cells, or HSCs, that generate cells of the blood which contribute to the transport of nutrients and oxygen, coagulation, and immunity. HSCs produce two types of progenitor cells, myeloid progenitors and lymphoid progenitors. The myeloid progenitors generate red blood cells, platelets for coagulation, and myeloblasts that produce basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil, and monocytes that contribute to immunity. Lymphoid progenitors produce lymphocytes T and lymphocytes B that are also key players in immunity. Like umbilical stem cells, bone marrow stem cells are also clinically used to treat blood diseases such as leukemia. What are the applications of regenerative medicine? Several clinical trials are taking place to assess the feasibility of using stem cells for the treatment of diseases and conditions. These can be assessed through clinicaltrials.gov. Here are some of the applications. 1. Neurology Applications. Stem cells are being clinically tested for the treatment of Parkinson's disease using embryonic dopamine neurons, while mesenchymal stem cells, bone marrow cells, and hematopoietic stem cells are being tested for the treatment of paraplegia, spinal cord injury, and multiple sclerosis. 2. Respiratory Applications. Mesenchymal stem cells, derived from the umbilical cord and bone marrow, are being investigated for the treatment of chronic lung disease and idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. 3. Cardiology Applications. For the treatment of heart failure and ischemic cardiomyopathy, mesenchymal stem cells are being tested through intracardiac injections. 4. Rheumatology Applications. Mesenchymal stem cells and hematopoietic stem cells are being investigated for the treatment of osteoarthritis and osteogenesis imperfecta by direct injection into the articulations or through perfusion. 5. Hematology Applications. Through perfusion alone or in combination with hematopoietic stem cell transplantation, mesenchymal stem cells are being tested for the treatment of graft versus host disease. 6. Gastroenterology Applications. Treatments of liver disease and decompensated liver disease are being tested using intravenous injection or diffusion of mesenchymal stem cells, while hematopoietic stem cells are being investigated for the treatment of Crohn's disease. 7. Orthopedics applications. For the healing of fractures, osteoporosis, and joint resurfacing, bone grafts, mesenchymal stem cells and hematopoietic stem cells are being used. 8. Urology applications. Mesenchymal stem cells are being clinically tested for the prevention of kidney transplant rejection. 9. Endocrinology applications. Stem cells from the cord blood are investigated for the treatment of insulin-resistant type 2 diabetes, while hematopoietic cell transplantation is used for diabetes type 1. 10. Ophthalmology applications. Endothelial stem cells from the retinal epithelium are used for the treatment of macular degeneration. What are the challenges of regenerative medicine? Despite the significant advances in regenerative medicine, several challenging factors require further investigations to ensure its safe and ethical application for the treatment of diseases and conditions. 1. The ethical use of embryonic stem cells is certainly an important factor in slowing down its application. Regenerative medicine is a subject of ethical, political, and religious controversies. 2. Our body's immune system, which ensures our capacity to combat invading pathogens or cancer, may reject the stem cell therapy. 3. The manufacturing of stem cell therapies is difficult to scale up, and the associated cost is also significant. 4. The stem cells that are used for stem cell therapies require screening to ensure that their genome is intact and does not contain mutations that could generate cancer upon transplantation into patients. In conclusion, regenerative medicine relies on the use of stem cells obtained from embryos, the umbilical cord, and adult stem cells that are found in some tissues of the adult body. However, regenerative medicine is also a multidisciplinary field that requires the contribution of other technologies, such as stem cell and developmental biology, tissue engineering, nanotechnologies, chemical biology, and biomaterial engineering. Although it is still considered an emerging therapeutic field, regenerative medicine is already showing an impact in the treatment of neurological, hematological, and rheumatological conditions. However, the progress of this field requires further clinical trials to ensure its safety and development in the clinic. Finally, solid data obtained through clinical trials with clear healthcare benefits will certainly promote public awareness about regenerative medicine, which is already subject to ethical, political, and religious controversies. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and share for more videos like this.